Welcome back to Trendwave TV. I am Amanda. Imagine this. It's a typical morning. You're sipping your coffee, scrolling through your social media feed when you come across a headline that makes you do a double take. Donald Trump says Kamala Harris turned black. You blink, read it again, and yes, that's what it says. You feel a mix of disbelief and curiosity. How does someone turn black? What does that even mean? Let's rewind and unpack this because, like most things involving Trump, this statement is a whirlwind of controversy, confusion, and unintended humor. The context of this statement stems from a rally where Trump was, as usual, stirring the pot. He suggested that Kamala Harris, the first female, first black, and first South Asian vice president, had somehow turned black to gain political favor. It's the kind of comment that makes you wonder if he was watching too many science fiction movies where people can morph into different ethnicities at will. But let's look deeper. What Trump was likely attempting to insinuate, albeit clumsily, is that Vice President Kamala Harris has strategically emphasized her black identity. This brings us to the heart of a much larger conversation about identity politics, racial identity, and how society perceives these concepts. Kamala Harris's identity is multifaceted. She is of Indian and Jamaican descent, and throughout her career, she has embraced both sides of her heritage. Her black identity is not something she turned into. It's a part of who she is, ingrained in her DNA and her lived experience. Yet, in a political arena where identity can be weaponized, celebrated, or scrutinized, statements like Trump's reflect a deep misunderstanding or a deliberate twisting of what identity means. Now picture this. In response to Trump's statement, social media explodes. Memes flood in with images of Kamala Harris in various scenarios, turning black, turning Jamaican, turning Indian. The hashtags turned black and identity switch start trending. Comedians have a field day. Late-night talk show hosts craft monologues, and suddenly, everyone's talking about racial identity in America. But amid the humor and chaos, there's a poignant realization. This incident opens up a dialogue about the complexity of racial identity. It makes us question how we define ourselves and how others define us. It challenges us to think about the importance of authenticity and the ways in which public figures navigate their identities in the spotlight. So, what's the takeaway from this whirlwind? It's that identity is not a costume you put on or take off. It's not something you turn into. It's a deeply personal and inherent part of who you are. Kamala Harris didn't turn black for political gain. She has always been a proud woman of color, representing a tapestry of cultures that make her uniquely American. In the end, this bizarre statement by Trump inadvertently shed light on the beauty of multicultural identity and the importance of understanding and respecting it. It reminds us that while headlines can be sensational, the real stories lie in the lived experiences of individuals. So, next time you see a headline that makes you scratch your head, take a moment to dive deeper. You might just uncover a narrative that's far more enlightening and enriching than you first imagined. And that's the story of how a baffling statement about Kamala Harris led us to a deeper appreciation of identity and perception. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you define your identity? Let's continue this important conversation.